Okay, Jim, what do you think the biggest investment opportunity is right here, right now in your lifetime? Hi, my name is Jim Manning, and I'm a real estate entrepreneur and investor. I've founded 3 multi-million-dollar real estate companies, and I've been investing full-time for over 15 years now. Last year, we generated over $5.2 million in passive income from all of our real estate investments. So what's interesting is I'm fascinated by common beliefs that we all have as society. One of the common beliefs was that the world was square, and we know that to not be the case now, right? When I grew up, what the common belief was that the best thing for retirement was to get a job, make money, and stock it away in a self-directed IRA or a 401k and put it into the stock market. And while that was a great strategy back then, the world has shifted and a major disruption's happening. And it's happening right before our eyes, and not many people are talking about it. So private equity is an investment opportunity in the alternative investment space. And I wish they didn't call it alternative investments. I wish they call it off-market investments, because when you're buying a stock or buying an alternative investment and buying into a company or a fund structure, you're buying into a company that's trying to make money. One's on the market and one's off the market. And it's really that simple. So in private equity, here's the interesting thing. These structures used to only be available for the investment bankers and the old family money at the top 1% of the nation. And now these structures are gaining momentum and becoming much more commonplace for anybody with the money. So in 2000, it took us all of human history to get to 325 billion. As far as what the assets under management were for private equity. And the assets under management, that's again another fancy term that investment bankers made up. All that means is that if you combined all the private equity companies together, what's their valuation, what's their worth? So $325 billion, okay? So in 2010, so look at this is crazy, this growth, okay? In 2010, 10 years later, we were up to $1.5 trillion. So when I first started over 15 years ago, my first company, the goal was, okay, can I generate $100,000 of revenue? Then it was, can I generate $200,000 of revenue? And when you double, when you're at that price point, or when you're at that revenue point, the numbers aren't that big. But when you get up to $1 million of revenue, to double, you got to hit an extra $1 million, right? And when the numbers get bigger, the lift gets a lot heavier to keep on doubling. And check this out. This is so impressive. So it took us all human history to get up to 325 billion. And as these structures are opening up to people that have the money, and they're becoming more and more commonplace, we're at 1.5 trillion. 10 years after that, we were able to grow another 3 trillion, and we got to 4.5 trillion. Now there's momentum going on here. You fast forward again in 2025, over the next 5 years, it's expected to almost double. It's expected to go up to 8.7 trillion, so an increase of 4.2 trillion, just in a 5-year run now. Okay. So when you have this much money pouring into something, you have this much traction into something, this is a very disruptive thing, and there's a lot of money being made in these entities and in these structures. Typically, the most money is made in any investment before other people hear about it, before everyone's talking about it. And these private equity structures, when you get in on the right deal, allow you to do that. And at the Passive Wealth Show, I have other content on like the timing of it and when you should do it and when you shouldn't do it when it comes to investing into some of these upside deals. So make sure you check out some of our other content that we have available. Okay, so what's going on here? So I like to call it like a perfect storm, okay? So think about it this way. So we have these financial resources now that are becoming available to a lot of entrepreneurs. And the financing is one of the bottlenecks to scaling a company. So entrepreneurs, small business owners are able to get their hands on more money than ever before. Okay, so we have that going on to allow the scale. We have artificial intelligence now and other technology advancements happening that are allowing our operations teams to scale things, to become a lot more efficient, and do things on the operational side, and scale businesses as well, especially in the service industry, that quite frankly we wouldn't have been able to do just even 10 years ago. Okay, so we have systems and technology in the best place it's ever been. We have more access to financial resources that allow you to scale. And then the third element of what's happening is these baby boomers that are out there are entering retirement. And baby boomers own a high percentage of small businesses out there. So we have an environment where what used to be a small business can roll into a mid-sized business, and you can take like 4 or 5 HVAC companies, roll them all into another entity, and there's a movement for small businesses to become bigger and bigger entities. Okay, so that's going on right between our eyes. That it's in the numbers here. And the thing that I know held me back, like when I first started looking into this space, was a lot of the investment and jargon out there. There's terms like waterfalls and general partners, limited partners, and a lot of it can become overwhelming. And then I had a light bulb moment. I said, you know what, this is just business. I need to learn this there's some words I need to learn, as if I was learning Spanish. But at the end of the day, understanding and being able to invest in some of these entities is really just understanding business. And I was like, man, I've done that. We've done over 3,000 deals. I've been investing for 15 years, and I understand business, and I understand what risk profiles are and whatnot. So the mission here at the Passive Wealth Show is to help you transition from generating really hard for your money to having your money go out and work hard for you, so that one day you don't have to. Okay, so to bring it home, what we talked about was that we grew up thinking one thing. We grew up as if we were in Christopher Columbus's time, thinking the world is square, and the world's shifted on us now. It turns out the dang thing's round, that stocks and bonds and the traditional investments aren't necessarily the best thing to do for your retirement, and they're not the only thing available. There's these private equities and these alternative investments that are just a different marketplace. They're investing in companies just like buying a stock. It's the similar principles with a little bit of nuance difference, but it's something that anyone with the money can do. And if I can do it, I know you can do it too. Here at the Passive Wealth Show, my mission is to help you if you're working hard for your money, help you transition from that to having your money work hard for you. So hope you're getting a lot of value out of the content. Really appreciate your time and attention. And don't forget, check out some of our other videos to dive deeper into these concepts.